Overwatch. The only game that I can confidently say that I love and despise. The most iconic hero shooter of all time. Both safe for work and... I'm not finishing this bit. Overwatch is still a relatively new game to me at the time of writing. I started playing in June 2025 after I've exhausted all the fun from Marvel Rivals, a game that's remarkably similar to Overwatch. I immediately took a liking after my friend convinced me to get into it. Something about its roster of original characters, each with their own moveset and non-dive-centric gameplay. Marvel Rivals! Now, I personally love both the 5v5 and 6v6 formats in this game, but there's one person in this game I would like to talk about. Mauga.
Sorry to keep you all waiting, but now that I'm here, let's have some fun. Yep, that's my name alright.
Mauga, also known as Mauma, was one of my first mains when I started playing this mess of a hero shooter. Mauga overall matched what I was looking for in this game pretty well, a highly aggressive tank with a loud and boisterous personality who was able to apply pressure to the enemy efficiently. But how does a Samoan mountain actually light up the battlefield, and why do I love him so much? Before I get into the real meat and bones of this beast of a man, I believe a proper introduction should be in place. Mauga is one of the many playable characters in Overwatch, and takes the character role of being a mercenary under Talon. Talon is its own thing that I don't really have time to explain, but as for Mauga, a basic rundown can be done. Mauga wasn't always the big brute we know him as today. He used to be a regular dude who fought to protect the ecosystem of Polynesia with a group known as the Deep Sea Raiders. Eventually suffering from severe wounds and was given a second heart and the body of a man that could rival Hulk in size. Due to these enhancements, his body required almost constant maintenance and caused him to start living every day like it's his last, throwing on the facade of a big dumb brute while being a cunning, fun-loving psychopath. He eventually ended up joining Talon after fighting with Doomfist and ended in a draw, being offered constant repairs and maintenance to his overly large body. Now, he's a feared member of Talon, both as a character by thousands of civilians, and players who can't take the fact that they are getting destroyed by Maui from Moana's cousin. Before I start, I will say that I play mostly 5v5, which has 1 tank, 2 damage, and 2 supports. I used to be a 6v6, which is the mode with no role limits aside from being restricted to 2 tanks kind of person, but that's for nerds! Anyways, Mauga is a tank hero, meaning he's the backbone of the team and one of the strongest heroes in the round, and he takes less knockback from all sources. His passive ability is called Berserker, which simply grants him temporary health known as overhealth from dealing critical damage. This includes headshots but also ties into his gimmick, which I'll get into in a bit. For his primary fire, Mauga fires his incendiary chain gun, also known as Gunny for convenience sake. When firing Gunny, line intense shots will set the target on fire, which leads into a second fire. Secondary fire, oh well. Cha-Cha acts similarly to Gunny, but instead of igniting enemies, she will deal critical hits to enemies who are set on fire. Such critical hits will activate Mauga's passive ability, Berserker. Now with that, it should be pretty easy to tell what his gimmick is, right? Light enemies on fire with Gunny, and swap to Cha-Cha for critical hits which give you overhealth, or you can just forget and spam both at the same time. As for Mauga's actual kit, he has 2 active abilities alongside his ultimate. His first ability is Overrun, which lets Mauga enter a charging kind of state, where he is unstoppable for the duration. By unstoppable, I mean he cannot be stopped unless killed during the Overrun, and even then it's made even more difficult to do so as he takes 50% less damage, letting him survive high amounts of burst damage like Diva's Bomb or Junkrat's Riptire. At the end of the charge duration, Mauga slams into the ground, stunning and knocking back enemies in his radius. His overrun lasts for about 2 seconds before he automatically slams down and the ability is put onto a 5-second long cooldown. His last main ability is Cardiac Overdrive. This ability lets Mauga heal himself and allies by dealing damage, critical or not. All allies in Cardiac Overdrive's radius are healed when they deal damage, but from personal experience, it's better to save it for yourself when the fight's not going your way. It has a 3-second long duration and gets passed onto a 12-second long cooldown when it finishes. I find a lot more success when I use it mid-fight instead of starting the fight with it. The final piece of Mauga's kit is its ultimate, Cage Fight. It requires 2,700 points in your ultimate charge to be able to be activated. Once you are able to activate it, remember just one thing. Be very, very careful. Too many inside and it's a lost team fight. When you activate a cage fight, you and any enemies that are in your vicinity are trapped in a cage that neither you or the enemy can escape from. If another enemy tries to enter the cage, they are stuck inside as well, while your teammates can go in and out freely and use it as a barrier. The cage can be destroyed as it only has 1200 health, but it's still a powerful tool that can cause disruption amongst the enemy and force close quarters combat. Oh, and any move that is normally used as mobility when captured by Mauga's cage fight disables it for the duration they are trapped with you. Keep that in mind if you have a pesky Venture, Sombra, or Farron on the enemy team. Before I send you off with the knowledge required to play the Talon mercenary who has caused thousands of Overwatch agents to lay defeated, here's a few quick tips on how to play him more effectively. Number 1. You can cancel overrun early by pressing the activation button again, letting you relocate to safety or return to the point more efficiently without Stomp locking you in place. Number 2. Use overrun as a get in and get out tool. It may seem like its best usage is interrupting the enemy, but the sheer mobility and damage reduction while using it makes it a perfect repositioning tool. Number 3. Reminder that you are a beast up close. You can shred through health pools because you can fire both chain guns at once for maximum damage, just like cost for a wider spread. Number 4. If you want to apply pressure mid-fight while you have control of the objective, use your ultimate as a way of saying back off. Even if they can contest the objective, they have no way out. And lastly, number 5. Remember your counters. Mauga may seem like an absolute monster against one hero, but that doesn't mean he's so lucky against others. For example, fighting tanks like D.Va, Reinhardt, or Sigma are ideal for Mauga, due to the three of them all having completely usable ways to negate his rapid damage. But heroes such as Roadhog and Doomfist that prefer much up close and more personal combat are more to Mauga's liking. And that is all I believe I have time for. Whether you're fighting on Mauga's home turf of Samoa or in the middle of Hollywood, have fun crushing tin cans, residents of the Outback, or fellow agents of Talon. Goodbye. Oh god.